football team was
Liza Marcus, Lindsay Gang, Gianna Martusha, Sophie Dewar, Emily Ford, Sophie Dresser, Lylana Whitford, Avery Walters, Alexa Shields, Meg McElroy, Daisy Ballin, and Talia Blake. Brown is head coached by Brittany Harris and assisted by Sophia Hatterley and Dante Cecil. Now introducing Rhode Island College. Peyton Green, Lauren Burns, Molly Pompey, Ivy Jimenez, Elizabeth Hoyles, Arden Bissett, Alexa Graziano, Ella Hutchins, Mila Beckham, Abby Brunch, Emily Voss, Lily Hunt, Dom Harris, Madeline Brandt, Hannah Ratcliffe, Anna Bevan, Grace Dice, Peyton Smith, Presley Kewen, Carson Ann Wick, Aaliyah Krause, and Liz Shrewsbury. RIC is head coached by Monica Macias and assisted by Kelsey Gates and Ella Foley. Now fans, please direct your attention to the video boards.
Oh, that. Yeah. I thought maybe like her sign was.
No, I'm gonna just keep my glasses and my distance glasses out just in case. Oh yeah, that's not bad. I know, why is that? Time I've needed to take my glasses out this season.
Now introducing the home team, the Springfield College Pride. First, a freshman from Burlington, Mass, Nicolette Jokas. Sophomore from Gorham, New York, Paige Rossi. Next, a sophomore from Lake Grove, New York, Abby Walters. A freshman from Shirley, New York, Sydney Benedict. A senior from Cedar Grove, New Jersey, Julia Greer. A junior from Honolulu, Hawaii, Scarlett Aguilar. A freshman from Northern Mass, Liz Lehan. A freshman from Barrington, Rhode Island, Sophie Dunham. A junior from Mashpee, Massachusetts, Ava Kelly. A freshman from Concord, Connecticut, Olivia Ailman. A freshman from Ellington, Connecticut, Caitlin Delaney. A senior from Granby, Connecticut, Brianna Casson. A sophomore from Westford, Mass, Leah Spinney. A senior from Worcester, Mass, Sage Kaplan. A freshman from West Hartford, Connecticut, Caitlin Election. A freshman from Sparks, Nevada, Taylor Fewings. A freshman from East Berlin, PA, Brooklyn Ginter. A sophomore from Plainfield, Connecticut, Brenna Johnson. A freshman from North Providence, Rhode Island, Mia Caffrey.
Also, I don't know if anyone told you, but we're moving like per rotation. We're not staying. I'm not staying here for like.
A junior from Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you'll get like a new based on the team you'll get someone else here for like each season. Yeah.
Oh, you're following.
I'm following Springfield,
From
yeah.
New Orleans, Laura Donnelly. A sophomore from Memphis, Arkansas, Reagan Charlton. A senior from Biddeford, Maine, Stacy Taylor. And lastly, a senior from Independence, Kentucky, Claire Geiger. The rider head coached by Diana Gallagher, assisted by Richie McLeod and Sophia LeBlanc. The officials for today's meet: on vault, Krista Rinaldi and Karen Tosi. On bars, Lori Willie and Jessica Spidoffet. On beams, Sally Buchanan and Jen Perry. On floor, Diana Quinn and William Manning. The meet referee is Lorraine Duffy. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise in honoring our country and those who protect our freedom with the Star-Spangled Banner. Teams, please move to your first event.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Blake Arena, where Springfield hosts Brown and Rhode Island on their 2026 senior night. I am your host, Andrea Maldonado, and I am joined by Sarah King. Sarah, I am so happy to be commentating with you today. How are you?
I am so excited to be here on this very eventful Sunday, so to say. I loved competing in Blake Arena, and I can't wait to watch this meet.
All right, let's get into getting to know our teams a little bit. So we're going to go into the intro to Springfield. Can you tell me a little bit about Springfield, Sarah?
Springfield, of course. Springfield is having their best season opening so far since, I believe, 2023. They're motivated, they're determined, and they have a lot of depth and a much higher ceiling than they have in the past. So they're very excited, and they're looking to break some records here in Blake Arena today. So Springfield, like I said, highest season opening since 2023. They're averaging right now at a 186. But they have a high of 189.8 around where RIC or Rhode Island is. So these teams are going to be really close. It's going to be very exciting to watch.
Yeah, let's move into Brown and see what they're doing.
So let's see. For Brown, we have head coaches Brittany Harris, assisted by Sophia Hydrelli and Dante Cecil. I don't know if you guys noticed on the stream when they announced Dante how Blake Arena just erupted, and that is because he is a former Springfield College alumni. He was on the men's gymnastics team, and this is his first season with Brown. So they are very excited to have him here, and he definitely knows a thing or two about competing in Blake Arena. Brown is coming off again of a really great season. They have a high of a 194, an average of a 193. So they are just really impressing this season. I am very excited to see what they have to offer.
Yeah. I think that leaves me to introduce our next team, Rhode Island, with their coaches Monica Misaliznowski, Chelsea Gates, and Ella Coley. I'm excited to see Rhode Island. I think last time I commentated for them, they were doing really, really good, and so I am hoping that the energy keeps up with everybody today, and they're able to put up some good scores. RIC has an average of 188, 192, and then a high of 189, 325, which again, like Sarah was saying, pretty close score to Springfield, so I think we should see some pretty good margins today, if you will. Alright, so it looks like we are in our warm-up session right here, so let's get to chatting. What are we looking for today? Let's get to the really good stuff. Let's get to yapping. I think, last time I was commentating in this arena, for this arena at least, we saw a lot of just potentials. What can we expect for today?
Well, so Springfield broke their beam record 2 weeks ago, the record they set in 2019. A little fun fact, I was on the team on that beam lineup to set that record. And then their bars is also coming together. But then last week they did have a high on bars, but then a little bit of a mishap on beam. So I really think what they're trying to do is put it all together, drill in the landings, and really compete like they practice.
Yeah, I'm also looking to see how close, according to just numbers. I'm not judging, by gymnastics whatsoever. What the numbers say, I would like to see how far everybody can go in their average closer to Brown, to break that 190 mark. I think it would be pretty exciting for both Springfield and Rhode Island to kind of set that standard moving forward, especially on senior night. What can you tell me about senior?
Yeah.
Let's just reel it back for a second. I have a lot to say about senior night because I was pretty stunned, but you're a former alumni of this school, the host of this meet. What's senior night like for Springfield?
Senior night, I feel like people show up in Springfield. You have all your friends in the crowd. You have your parents. We can see Blake Arena is pretty packed right now. It's so fun to see. And you're excited. The energy's there. The younger teammates, they want to show up for their seniors. They want to break some records so that the seniors have a great meet. And then, of course, the seniors want to put out everything they have on the competition floor. It's fun.
Yeah.
Energetic.
I remember my senior night. Well, I kind of have had a cheat because I took a extra year of eligibility. But my senior night, I was like, wow, it's all really coming to a close. And it didn't hit me on the floor. It hit me after, and I was like, oh no, I am shaking. This is not good. But it was definitely one of those, exactly like what you were saying, one of those meets where everybody showed off. It was so exciting, and Hilton was packed to the brim, and so yeah, very, very special memory for myself and the rest of the other seniors, because I was kind of the grandma to 7 other seniors, but that was pretty special stuff here.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of feels like, competing.
It was like a million years ago, too.
Yeah. You're competing for little you. It's in a way more stress, more anxiety provoking, but less,
Yeah, it's a mix of things for sure.
A big mix of feelings. Do you want to know, fun fact, what Springfield and Rhode Island have in common?
I would love to know.
Well, they are both have assistant coaches that were former gymnasts and both floor all-stars. Both Mackenzie was a big tumbler. I remember her first pass was like a 1.5 to Barani stag jump front tuck. And then
Wow.
Kelsey had this very cool first pass, a Rudy to back full. So both twisters, both really impactful for their respective programs. And it's so cool to see them now both in coaching roles, just giving it back.
That is amazing. I think I recently saw, I believe it was either College Gym News or Planet of Gymnastics post a level 10 athlete that did, I think it was one of those passes that you just mentioned. And I was stunned. I was like, why aren't we twisting backwards out of our front, passes more often? This is amazing. Oh, it looks like we're getting started, you guys. Big ganger over there.
So we have Springfield starting on the vault. Over on the bars, we have Brown. Is that correct?
I believe so.
On the beam, we have Rhode Island.
Yes. So, what can you tell me about starting on beam? Have you ever had did you ever do beam?
Yes, I was beam and bars. Those are my
Awesome.
things.
Boogeyman events.
Oh no, boogeyman is vault. That is the boogeyman.
Wow. Oh, see, I love asking this question precisely because I've gotten all sorts of answers across the board. But do tell me more.
Well, vault just hurts, so that's fine.
Fair enough.
But starting on beam, I mean, I didn't love starting on beam, I'm being honest, but it's all about the mindset. You know, if you say starting on beam is my favorite and I think that's great and I'm going to take that to my advantage, then you're good. Then you're good. It's all about convincing yourself. It's all about the mindset going in. You know, you want to start a little bit more calm. You don't let the pre-meet like excitement get to you too much. But then when you're done with beam, it's over. You know, you've gotten that out of the way, and then it's just smooth sailing for the rest of the meet.
Right. So I'm just looking at their social media here to see. I love stalking teams on their social media because I think you get to see a little bit behind the scenes. And I just looked at some of them, at least Springfield and Brown. They seem to be having the time of their lives. Like, I think this is going to be a really good meet. So far, I think we've seen pretty good vaults. Both, no falls, no out of the lines. I don't know what the deductions might be, and this might be a very uneducated thought here, but I don't know if in college it is a thing that whenever you step outside of the lines is a deduction, but so far, so good. Everybody has landed in the middle. So I am looking forward to more made vaults. And on the bars, we have seen a fully completed bar routine with a really, really good landing. I think she had a little step there. And no falls on beam thus far, which, again, insane start to a meet.
And if I saw correctly, she did a front toss to her bottom. That was not a fall. That was intentional. Such a cool skill. I couldn't imagine doing that. And the lines are not a deduction, at least not on vault. On floor they are.
Okay,
but
good.
It's good for the judges to kind of see if they're in line with the vault or if they went a little bit off to the side. Ooh, lovely stick.
Everybody is just like, I am a little bit overwhelmed by how good everybody is doing.
Right, you don't know where you want to look. That was Claire, just there on vault. She is one of the 5 seniors. A lovely Yurchenko layout, nice extended position in the air, and just a hop on the landing. So that'll be good for them.
Miss Jimenez over there on the beam did a beautiful tour de full, I believe. Those, I will say, On the beam, that's a crazy statement. And she did that with no problem, no wobbles, no balance checks. It was a little small on the amplitude, but I'm not mad at all whatsoever. You're doing your best skills, and that was pretty good. We did see a stuck landing over there on the bars, and then a pretty nice layout for Springfield on the vault. I will say this probably 3 or 4 times more on me, but I'm impressed. I feel like I was gonna say this before, like every time I commentate, I am like again flabbergasted because I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting that yet again. Awesome. So
That's interesting. We've got RIC, Rhode Island over there. Instead of springboards, they have a little mat for mount.
Like a triangle mat.
I mean, it is easier to carry, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily a hazard.
Yeah.
Springboards always make me nervous. I'm like, all right, get that out of here.
I love seeing the pit crew work together on vault, getting those landings ready.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got a nice souk layout there on vault from Sophie Dunham. A souk layout starts out of a 9.8, while your Chenko layout starts out of a 9.75.
Oh, I did not know that. That's good to know. In my head, I always thought souk layouts started off 9.9s because it's extended.
Yeah, they're tough to actually extend those souk layouts.
I was gonna say, I don't think I ever did a souk extended in my life. I was always like a tuck full or 1.5, whatever, from a souk.
Oh, wow. Lacaze technique or souk technique?
Questionable. I would say I had some issues with my hands. Like, I don't have long enough hands to be able to do like the front technique. So I would always have to fight for my life to put that arm closer to me on the table. Which again, like, this might sound not necessarily related, but the amount of athletes that I have found that do souks in D3 gymnastics is impressive. So like, just to mention, it's a very hard vault. And again, you see a 9.5 over there on the scoreboard. That means that she only had a 3/10 deduction starting from the 9.8. That means that probably they took something out of her explosiveness out of the table, and then maybe the step on the landing. So if she does ever score a 9.6 or a 9.7, that's like minimal deduction on this vault.
That is. If we pay our attention to bars, those 10-0 starts are starting to rack up for Brown. I think the second routine may have had an up to level, which basically means started out of a 10 but missing a special requirement. So I think she did a double back instead of an up to level dismount. But now, as we get in the back half of their lineup, we're going to start seeing those 10-0 start values, which is really impressive. Some high-flying releases like that Ganger right there, right to the overshoot. That was huge. And then we'll see what dismount. There we go. So this double tuck, wow, that was a gorgeous tuck landing. Went from a blind full. So there's no up to level. She meets all the levels, all the requirements, and she'll start out of a 10-0, which is very hard to do on bars. And the more 10-0s you have starts in your lineup, the better potential you have for scoring.
Yeah, I've always been a big enthusiast of 10-0s start values because it's like, or at least like variety in your routine. Because it's very, at least bars and beam will get you. Like, one little mistake can literally knock away your start value. And I think it's very important for the athletes to have a plan B to kind of improvise and try to make up for that loss, if you will.
Yeah, and then you also kind of think about logically the structure of your lineup. So maybe you want to start the first two routines off with maybe not a 10-0, but a very reliable, clean 9-9 or 9-8. We see that a lot from the Division III teams. And then the later half of the lineup, you might introduce a little bit more risk, some high-flying 10-0 starts, and that way your scores will ideally build up to the end. Oh, right now, we have Cora Donnelly going on vault. Cora is a transfer from Whitewater, and her older brother actually competed for Springfield. So she transferred here, probably hearing him say what a great time it is. And she's been consistent on across 3 events. So we're going to see her vault.
That's awesome. There's something to say about her, but I'll wait until after she's done.
I think we just might have missed her. And then this is Sage. Oh, good landing. There's a little bit on her toes there, but she squeezed it and didn't let herself take a step. Great to see.
I'll say 2 things. Very, very, it's very awesome to have a sibling in gymnastics, especially in the same sport as you are. I think the environment and the energy is way different, and you get to support each other. You're more in tune with one another. So that's exciting for her. I will say for Brown, these handstands, clean, just like right on the vertical.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty. Their lines are really, really pretty. You can see. Okay, I will also say their coaches, hype. They're so hype. They're so excited. I think they're putting more energy into like hyping up the girls than the girls are needing, into the bar routine. And I really do love a hype coach.
I do love a hype coach. It's so exciting to see them jump around with their team as well.
It makes a difference. In my head, I feel like if my coach was upset at me, I was already lost the entire meet. It's like, oh no, so much pressure.
Okay, so how are we doing with, I see a 9.55 being flashed for Sage over there on the vault. We'll definitely take that. Scores above a 9.5 on vault, especially given that they're mostly starting out of 9.8s, are pretty good, are really good. They're going to be happy with that. Yeah. I wonder if they'll still do that thing. At least what we did was scores over 9.5s in between rotations, we would throw shirts out into the crowd. So I think I see at least 2 or 3 potential shirts for the crowd.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to go digging for that. Hold on.
Stuck landing by Stacy, another senior who's been so consistent in this vault lineup. She does a bit of a unique vault. She does a souk half, but with that cause technique we were talking about earlier. She halves and front flips, and that's a 9.8 start.
That's awesome. Oh, beautiful. I love double layouts. I'm a sucker for double layouts on bars. That is so pretty. I love the entire speed she had through her entire routine. Didn't miss a beat. Her handstands were all the way to the vertical, and her dismount was absolutely, ribbon on top of that gift. So good.
I see a 9.65 being flashed for Stacy from one judge. They're going to be happy with that. She did stick it. It might have been a 10th for amplitude, but it's so hard to get like true amplitude from a souk entry.
Right. It's you're not coming from you're into the vault table already crouching into it. You're not going to have a lot of extension coming out of it because you only have about half of a second to flash the judge with like full body amplitude.
I wonder. Oh wow, 9.625 for Stacy. Now, I wonder if Regan might have been an exhibition spot.
Which again, very good that these teams are thus far in the season they're putting up exhibitions. Still, that is very important. So just to kind of give you a rundown of vault, Kaysen, Dunham, Donnelly, Kaplan, and Taylor were the highest scores. The first score was a 935. They dropped Miss Giger's vault is a 9325, and then the highest score was for Miss Taylor with a 9625. Yes, that was the final score for her. And then we did see 2 exhibitions on the vault. Brown, I think.
We'll take that.
Yeah, Brown, I think, ended up their bar rotation with a 48-1, which again, great display of just control. Once you're able to land on the 48s, I think that sets you up for good in your, the rest of the meet. And I believe that was Miss Rosie on the vault. Obviously displaying a very hard vault. She did not make it, but again, that's why she's on that exhibition spot, because she needs to test the waters out.
Yeah, I'm guessing that this is a new vault for her, and it's a 9-9 start, so that would be their highest start value in the lineup. So of course you want that to get competition opportunity and to test it out, and she gets 2 or 3 more exhibitions out under her belt, and we can hope to eventually see that in lineup, especially going into postseason where start values are really going to make a difference.
Exactly. Let's touch on Rhode Island here for a second. We've had 4 athletes go up, all above the line of 9.5s. The only one that kind of fell below was E. Hutches. I don't know what her first name is. I'm so sorry, you guys. Just reading off the website. She had a really good score with a 9.4. Again, no real huge mistakes, just balance checks. And again, harping back on that start value, whenever you are missing some skills or you have to improvise in the middle of the routine, that kind of explains as to why we are scoring 9.4, 9.5s.
Yeah, we're seeing that right now on the beam. She missed her connection, went to repeat the skill, but missed the connection again. So I wonder, looked like she wanted to keep on improvising, which, good for her. It's always nice to know the code and know if you do miss a connection, what you might need to add in there on the beam to still get as high of a score as possible, because you never know what could happen with the person behind you and if your score is going to need to count.
Right, absolutely. Springfield looks like they finished out their first rotation, with a 47.550. Again, that is only 0.4 away from Brown. That's all I'm looking for thus far in this meet, is for people to be as close as they can from one another, the competition to be tight, and I think all 3 teams have the ability to do that. So now we're gonna move on. We're still waiting on Rhode Island. They still have 3 more athletes to go. They have Miss Brandt, Voss, and Hunt. Voss and Hunt will be exhibitions. I'm not sure how that dynamic is going to play out, considering everybody else is already in a different event. But they do have that allocated for themselves on this event.
Okay, so Rhode Island is at a 47.625, so they are less than a 10th ahead of Springfield. I would say, I think beam tends to be a little higher scoring than vault, and beam and floor tend to be a little higher scoring than vault and bars. So, while at the halfway, Rhode Island may be in the lead. We don't know what will happen after two more events. But it's very excited to see teams this close. And you never know
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how their lineup ends. Because again, them being 5 girls in and sitting at a comfortable 47.625, they have the opportunity to score better with that anchor, drop that last score that they had, and then kind of show off and kind of trail Brown there for a second, if you will. Like if they go on to the 48s, that will put everybody in a shaky spot here. Moving on to the second rotation.
Yeah. Do you think that they're watching the scoreboard though? When you competed,
I would hope not.
When you were going against other teams, would you eye it or would you ignore it?
I think I have two. Because I think for elite gymnastics, I would. Absolutely. Like, I'm looking at myself. I think elite gymnastics is a different ball game. And it wasn't as team-based, right? And even when we did have teams, I wasn't looking. Whenever it involved a team, I was like, all right, well, I just want to stay in our bubble, whatever. But whenever it was just me, yes. Because I think that would fuel my fire. However, in college gym, that was an absolute no-go. I think it was a pressure inducer, an unnecessary pressure inducer for us. And, you know, when you're sitting in a position where you might be the underdog in a competition, you don't want to take that upon yourself and have that play as added pressure. You want to just understand that the judges are going to judge whatever you do no matter what, and that's out of your control. What I can control is the gymnastics that I'm going to do. So I'm hoping that they're not looking at the scoreboard, but again, that's only me. I can only hope for them. I don't know how their personal take is on this.
Yeah. No, I kind of get what you said about, you know, elite versus college, but I don't know. I think when I'd look at the scoreboard in elite too, I'd get reprimanded by my coach. He was like, you can't control this. Like, you can't focus on yourself, focus on what you're doing. And that's a nice thing about college gymnastics also, is that you're not that focused on yourself. You're focused on your team. And in a weird way, it's like, I always thought it was less pressure. Like, you'd think it's more pressure, but I always felt less pressure in college meets, being able to be like, okay, I'm going up and doing this for my team, and not so like, oh my God, like I need to get like this and this and this score. You know?
No, I totally get that. I feel like that is it's a nuanced thought, I guess, because not a lot of athletes, like it's in the last 10 years, we have had more elite athletes go into the NCAA spectacle, if you will. But yes, I do see how that is accurate. I feel like I was allowed to have more fun in college. The pressure was still there because I was a perfectionist. So in my POV, I was like, I want to show off for them and I don't want to embarrass myself in front of them. But, you know, I mean, that's kind of like per individual. I did have a lot of fun though. Like I loved competing for college. That was the greatest time ever. So it looks like we've reached either the part where we see the exhibitions, or trying to think if this is like the end of the rotation or not, because it looks like
seems like they're getting ready to put someone else up on the beam.
Maybe they're exhibitions, because they did drop Miss Brandt's 8375. She had 2 falls, stuck landing, by the way, but 2 falls, so they get to keep that 9-4 that I was talking about earlier, and then drop that 8375.
Okay.
And we're going to
Well,
see.
that's counting. That's still counting all made routines. So that's
Right.
good.
Yes. I think I exhibitioned once for beam in my entire career in college. It was at Georgia, and I remember I was shaking in my boots. I was like, oh my God, I have never had vertigo in my life. I am having vertigo right now. It was like I didn't know what I was doing. It was great.
Very
I
good.
didn't fall, and I stuck my 2.5. It was like a round of 2.5 when I stuck it. But that was the biggest pressure set I've ever, not even like elite beam compares. I was like, this is horrible.
And then you didn't get put in after that?
No, I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I'm okay. I was like, you girls do it. I'm okay. I go, I'll bring out the pom-poms. It's okay.
I feel like I always had to get 2 beam routines out of the way in the beginning of season, and then it was smooth sailing. Somehow the first one always fell. The second one was a mess. I think I fell once on a back walkover because I made my series and I was like, oh, now it's easy from here. And then I fell on the back walkover and I was like, okay, well, and then after that, I was chilling. But
Yeah.
I was like, guys, you got to give me 2. You got to give me 2 and then I'll be fine.
Mine were the front tucks in the beam. Like, it was like at the beginning of my routine. And then whether that was good or not, I was feeling okay for my like hand lay. And I was like, well, do I want to live today or do I want to go like lay be horizontal for a second? Like, I am having so much anxiety. This is horrible. But yeah, the amount of times I like actually stepped on my toes, horrible. Anyway, guys, enough of the yapping. We're nearing our first break here. So let me run you over the first rotation scores. Springfield with 47,550. Brown in the lead with the 48,225, which again was the tentative score that I read earlier, was a 10th lower. And then Rhode Island ending up their beam rotation with a 47,625. Very, very good scores. I think we've touched on the highlights thus far. I think we saw a lot of good bars from Brown. Very, very pretty lines, stuck landings, stayed on the event. Rhode Island kind of had a little bit of mishaps towards the end of their rotation over there on beam. And in Springfield, obviously, big vaults, just trying to stay on their feet. What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, I think that was a good first rotation for all the teams. That last beam routine likely didn't have to count. We have all other scores either 9.4 and above. Right now, the highest score, the score to beat on beam is a 9.575. The score to beat on bars is a 9.7. So that's a big score that everyone will be trying to reach. I honestly think that Brown has a little bit more in in the tank there with bars. I mean, their bars is so gorgeous, and I think that can be a rotation of all 9.7 pluses with what I've seen. And then I think Springfield should be very happy with their vault rotation. They've got 4 scores in the 9.5 or above. They'll definitely be taking that.
Yeah.
And then just the 9.35 to start them off. I think they'll be very happy going into bars.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. So it looks like we are going to have the second rotation coming up here soon. We're going to go into that 4-minute warm-up time that they have. So we'll be back in about 2 minutes for rotation 2. Stay tuned. Alright, everybody, it's time to start yapping about rotation 2. I had to go get a snack there for a second because I am so entertained by what I am seeing this far. I cannot believe the amount of incredible double pikes I just saw in this warm-up, and they're pretty good gingers over there on the bars for Springfield. I think I am more excited now than I was at the beginning of the meet, considering this warm-up. So, Sarah, do tell me what goes into the warm-ups. Like, what are you looking for to warm up? What are you looking for to feel like going into your second rotation?
Well, see, there's a difference between the 15-minute warm-up and then the 4-minute warm-up, right?
And that's a very important distinction.
Yeah. The 15-minute warm-up, you want to get your body warm. You want to feel all your handstands. You want to slowly build up to the skills. In the 4-minute warm-up, it's one touch. Like, you pick your hardest, or maybe not even most inconsistent. Like, you pick that skill that you want to do, and you want to go up and do it and hit it. And some people may have like a superstition. They're like, I don't want to do my perfect rotation, my perfect try in the warm-up. I want to talk about that next. So then, like, you'll see sometimes, especially on vault, where they like stick their vault and then they'll purposely like stick it and then like take a step. Yes. Move. You want to save that.
Yep.
But then also, like, you might miss a skill in the warm-up, but you know how to do it. So it's just being able to refresh, reset, and repeat.
Let's just kind of state the obvious. We have Springfield on the bars for rotation 2. We have Brown on beam, and then we have Rhode Island on the floor. I'm a fan of floor, and what I saw from Rhode Island thus far, these girls are soaring. These double pikes are big. And so I'm just looking for people to have fun. Honestly, like, coming out of beam, coming out of few falls, you want to go into this event full force, full throttle. Like, you want to have fun and kind of show off.
Is a floor team. They are a floor team. They can
look at that. That is so pretty. So much height. I am also excited to see more dynamic choreographies. I feel like this year in 2026, I've seen a lot of teams with very posy floor routines. Not a lot of like actual movement. Not a lot of like, if you will, like cardio challenging choreographies. So I'm looking to see. I'm out the lookout for that, and just like good landings.
So we have Claire starting off Springfield on the bars. You'll notice she has such nice lines, such nice handstands. Look at that handstand on top of the bar, gorgeous. She has one of those routines that doesn't start out of a 10, so she starts off lower, but it's such a reliable and good start. She hits her handstands.
Pause on the handstand.
Pause on the handstand. Like, she sets the tone for this bar rotation.
Oh my god, I have chills. I have chills right now. Everybody's like simultaneously celebrating in this rotation, and I'm like all juiced up. This is nuts. Oh my goodness. So Brown had just a really, really good routine there on the beam. I want to say that was Van Eyck. I don't want to butcher her name, but really, really, really pretty beam worker. Also, just to piggyback off what you were saying, for your Springfield bar worker, I don't know how people do it. When they actually get to that handstand position, they just stay there. She took about 2 breaths before she went onto her dismount. That is insane.
If there are any coaches watching, you do it by teaching handstands with thumbs over the bar. I have this weird pet peeve of coaches not teaching handstands with thumbs over the bar. You tell thumbs over the bar and then switch it back.
Right? Okay, I thought I was a little bit of a freak because I used to hold the bar like that too. And I used to do it for like my... No, I thought it was a weird one because I couldn't like explain to other people how to like hold the bar like with your thumb over like that. And people would be like, you're gonna break a thumb. And I'm like, no, you have so much like grip.
Oh, did you do giants with thumbs over the bar?
No.
Oh,
My handstands and like everything that I did like prior to like a big, like either a Jaeger or a Ginger, I would hold the bar for a second with my like, I would grip it.
Yeah, you're controlling on the way down.
And I know a lot of girls that don't do that, which is wild.
You gotta teach it from an early age so that once you reach like college level, it's so second nature that you just switch your thumbs back without even thinking about it.
Of course, yep. That is awesome. Also, so Rhode Island, this is Miss Voss right now. Shrewsbury scored a 9.7 with her floor opener was a 9.7. That is good work right there. Also, Brown on beam is killing this. Unfortunate fall there.
Nice connection from Sage.
Was that a 2.5?
No, I think that was 1.5.
It was a quick 1.5. Oh my goodness, that gave me a heart attack. That was beautiful. Man. That was Miss Whiteside over there on beam. Miss Van Eyck. She scored a 9.85, you guys. 9.85. That's the first 9.8 we've seen all competition thus far. That is some good work.
And in lead off too. That is what you want.
That sets the tone right there.
We also on bars saw a very nice routine from Sage. I love that she connects her overshoot right up to her toe up. That gives her some bonus there. And also, yes, because she's connecting a D skill to a C skill. So that gives her some bonus. And I kind of love watching some of the Division 3 routines on bars because they don't do squat-ons because they need that bonus from not having as many D or E skills. So you'll see way less like squat-ons on the bar because you need to do the toe-up to get another C skill, a little bit of bonus.
Wow. Oh my god. I see people jumping over there. Hold on. Oh my god. Let me refresh this really quick and I can tell you what that Brown score was. Ooh. Okay, I don't see it on the website yet. Oh my god, I wonder if it was a 9.9.
Let's go, Liza!
Get on floor. Ooh, that was a very nice wolf 1.5. That's a D skill, but you gotta make sure to rotate it all the way around or else the judges will not give it to you.
Got a little too much power over there. On the floor, stepped out of bounds. This would be Miss Green. Voss ended up scoring a 9 even. Again, really good routine. She just happened to fall short on her double pike. I think she was trying to control that landing and ended up like underestimating it, which is very common.
An unfortunate Miss Ginger from Liz on the Bars, who, fun fact, has a twin who competes at Air Force.
That is awesome. All right, so we see that 9.85 for Brown over there on the beam. There's Miss Whiteside matching that lead up score. I think this third routine might be a little bit lower just because she had a little bit more balance checks and a step on the dismount. Springfield, we're seeing her recovering. Wow.
Oh, that was such a good recovery. That fall was quite unfortunate because I feel like she's cleaned up that bar routine a lot throughout the season. Her overshoot is going more to handstand. A double full was stuck. A double full bar dismount is
Insane.
so hard. I think they even upgraded it recently because they were like, no, this can't be.
Is it a D skill?
It's a D skill, yeah. So it's up to level, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say because that is probably outside of all the flipping ones. You know, double layouts are insane, but double fulls, you probably see one or two athletes in the entirety of NCAA do that.
And they're so hard to stay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a blind. You're fully blind. Like you're fully on twister mode. Not necessarily, yes, spotting the ground, but not necessarily as clear as you would, you know, a flipping dismount.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right, so looking for Marcus's score. And again, you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm calling them by their last names. I do not have it in front of me in the website, so it shows their full name. So, you know, you'll just hear me talk about their last names, but I'm keeping up with them. Wow.
Gorgeous.
Ugh, that is so pretty.
Aaron's having a really good beam rotation so far. 2 985s and a 9775. They're on a roll.
Yeah.
So both Rhode Island and Springfield find themselves in a situation where they might have a score that they want to drop. So that might feel like a little bit added pressure on the rest of the lineup. But let's see how they're able to adapt to that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to want to, more than anything, just stay in bounds and or on the event. Oh my God, Brown just... Oh my goodness. That was an insane beam.
That was huge. We've got a conference right now happening on the bars, which means that, it's so unfortunate for the athlete coming up next to it because then you're just waiting around trying to figure out, you know, if the judges can decide on what they want to do. That usually happens after a missed routine. Because, you know, do you count the skill? What then happens to the start value? They got to get on the same page about that.
Too many questions, you guys. That was very, very good routine for Rhode Island there. I don't know if they're gonna give her that stuck double pike because she had a little bit of a step after she had stuck it. So I'm almost wondering if that will count towards her lunge or not. No idea. But whether that's a deduction or not, her routine was beautiful.
It was big, all landings. I think every single landing I saw was clean. The only thing, maybe a little knees on the double pike, very minimal. I think that should score very well for them.
She had really good height. Like she was well, you know, on top of her hips. Very, very good. So that was Miss Green over there. We're going to wait on her score, hoping it's above a 9.5. I mean, it would be unjustified for that to be lower than a 9.5. Never mind. Rude.
Oh, that's quite the split. We got one judge going 9.5. Oh, she must have stepped out of bounds. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I think that was the score for the previous gymnast. Stepped out of bounds. We saw that.
Okay. And then
so that's fair.
This would be Pompey, and then yes. Because please do not butcher her routine like that.
Oh no. We got,
oh, beautiful.
Did you see that?
Bro, what?
I love an Onodi. That was like
What
my
is
dream skill.
happening?
Come on. Ah.
Let's go, yeah!
Onodi was like my dream skill. If I could have any skill that I could do, it would be an Onodi.
Oh, we hear some Bad Bunny.
Okay.
Okay, really good finish for Brown over there. She did have a big balance check where she did touch the beam with her hand after her acro series. That's going to be a big deduction. However, this would be the routine, if anything, that they would want to drop scoring wise. I'm getting so excited right now. I can't even think. This is perfect.
And that on the beam was Lindsay Yang, who in her second week, I believe, got the school record on beam of a 9.925. So we know she's capable. We know she's capable of high score.
That was S. Benedict for Springfield on the bars with a beautiful bar routine, double layout to end it all. Did take a step forward, but good finish overall. And that Miss Ma'am with Bad Bunny song, that was Brandt. I'm hoping that she does get a good score. Pompey scored a 9.575, so maybe the judges can build off of that. That was a really good routine. Her leaps were very amplified, well over the 180 line. So I'm hoping that scores over 9.5.
I think it should. I saw a little stutter step on her last pass, but I think she covered it up very well. Yeah, Rhode Island's having a very good recovery after that miss in the second spot.
Thus far, they opened with a 9.7. They might want to drop that 9 that they scored in the second spot of their lineup, and then Brandt should round it all up with a good 9.5 or above. Well, I still spoke too soon. Brandt is number 5. We still have Q1 to come up, and then we have an exhibition after the anchor spot. Brown is holding their ground with a 9.825, guys.
And they want to drop. Wow, 9.575 with a full-on beam touch is an impressive score.
Yes. That would have been like a 9.9 if she probably
I would give her a bonus just for that Onodi. I love an Onodi.
It is that, and Arabians are just one to watch out for. Again, very weird and rare skills to display, and so not weird in a bad way, weird in the way that's where did that even come from?
Yeah, what do you mean you're jumping backwards and then turning and then also putting your hands on the beam after not seeing, what?
Beats me.
And they're always so gorgeous because it's also a front walkover.
Very flexible. The flexibility display is insane.
Oh, come on. Did you see that Ginger on the bars there?
Was above the bar. Her feet were above the bar. Come on! Good job.
Come on. Oh, okay.
Justified. That would have not been smart if she actually went for that double tuck.
Yeah, honestly, I think that was really good. I know she probably will be a little bit disappointed with that because she has had a high of a 9.65 this year. But I think that was a very smart move on her part.
Yes.
And it will end up being a higher score than going for the double.
Yeah. And we saw the same kind of situation with Miss Kuhn over there on floor. I'm assuming that after her punch, she would have wanted to do a full instead of a half, and ended up having to do a half just to be safe, safeguard that landing, save her body. kind of make the better decision on the spot. Which again, very impressive when you're doing dynamic skills like this one. We just saw two perfect examples of spatial awareness. Like you're right over there finishing your bar routine, you're going for a double tuck, you know you're not going to make it, you go for a layout or a tuck. Like,
and it's so impressive to do in that like last moment, because your brain is like, oh, I'm gonna do a double,
we're gonna go for it,
and then you in a split second, and your body sometimes wants to do it for you, so to be able to like stop and decide mid-rotation that you're gonna play it safe is very impressive.
Very, very good. So El Yang over there for Brown, they're gonna end up wanting to drop that score. It was a 9-5, 7-5. She did have a fall. Saw another one right here. I believe.
Is that exhibition?
Yes, I believe Salinger was another mistake. There you go with a 9-2-7-5. They're gonna want to drop that score, keep the 9-7-5, 9-5-7-5, and then this is Jaylin. Exhibition name for Brown on beam. And again, we see why these athletes are exhibitioning. Like, they have every single capability of being in this lineup, but I feel like they still need to perfect some skills under pressure.
Some confidence. That was a nice double back there that we saw. Yeah, I like to see kind of where the scores are at the halfway point. So Brown right now is at a 97. So then I sometimes like to count, okay, so 97 plus 97 if, the second half would go as well as the first half. And then they're on track for a 194.
Exactly.
But they shouldn't be doing this. I can be doing this, but they shouldn't be counting.
Hey, that's what we're here for. It's okay.
Okay, so we got some floor action going on. Oh, go.
Okay, so give me 1 second. I might be spazzing here for a second. So Brown pretty much dropped Salinger's score. And they ended up their rotation with a 48-8-7-5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That is wild. Springfield thus far, I mean, I think the bar rotation is moving a lot slower than even the beam. So we have just a couple of 8s. So we have an 8-9, a 9-2-2-5, an 8-4-7-5, and an 8-2. Again, I don't think these are fully justified, because I don't think that even though with falls, you should underscore them like that. But I mean, I guess the judges have their reasons.
Yeah, it's tough because then you don't have, we talk about needing skills to bring yourself up to a 10, because you want a 10-0 start value, you need 6/10 bonus. So if you miss a skill and don't repeat it, you miss the bonus for the skill, but then you also miss the bonus for the connection, and then your start value is lower. So it's like a double whammy.
Right. That makes absolute sense. For floor with Rhode Island, we ended up their rotation with a 47-9-7-5. They ended up dropping Voss's 9. And they kept 9-7, 9-4-7-5, 9-5-7-5, 9-5-5, and a 9-6-7-5, which again, pretty good scores across the board.
So now we have a exhibition on the bars, and I also got told a fun fact about this gymnast is that she was actually an Excel gymnast until 2 years ago.
Oh my God, yes! I saw this on TikTok, dude. I saw this last year on TikTok. I was like, what? And I was stunned to know that she never did, I think she did level 8 for a little bit, and then wanted to have fun and decided to go to Excel. And from Excel, now she's here. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
No, I love that. I love that because it shows that, like, you don't have to commit to gymnastics at the age of 6 to train 4 hours a day.
Absolutely not. If you're
And
talented,
still
you're talented,
achieve
you
your,
can
yeah. Still achieve your dreams. And Excel now even goes up to Sapphire, which is basically like level 9 at this point.
I heard that.
Yeah.
See, I'm like in the process of getting back into coaching gymnastics, and we were talking about Excel, and I was like, I had this young lady in mind, and I was like, can you imagine? Like, can you imagine this like repeats itself, and then recruiters are then not forced, but motivated to look deeper into like Excel programs. Like, there's kids that are really, really good. And so, like, giving them a chance, I think, speaks volumes for the sport.
Absolutely. And, you know, being able to, especially in the early years, like, sample a couple different sports. Like, I feel like with gymnastics, a lot of the times they tell you from the age of 7 that you can only do gymnastics. If you do gymnastics, you need to do it 4 hours a day, 6 days a week. You have no room for any other sports. Like, Excel kind of allows you that fluidity
Freedom.
of, like, you know, 3 times a week, 4 times a week practice. You have other stuff going on, and that doesn't then mean that you can't do college gymnastics. And
Right.
you know,
No,
it's very
that's
exciting to see.
fair. That's really cool. I think I remember when when I first saw that, I was like, "Oh, that is so cool." But it's really exciting for her. I think this is her sophomore year, also.
Yeah, sophomore year.
Sophomore, junior year, I believe.
Not sure, but that's also why it's so important to have coaches that, you know how to develop athletes and know how to teach skills. So I remember when I was on the team, there was a first-year gymnast who was between like level 8 and 9 and didn't make lineups for a couple years, had to learn some new skills, and then her senior year she won nationals on tour. She literally won. So athletes can still develop, and you just have to,
In my previous competition, I was talking to the co-host I was with about precisely this, like coaches that, like how hard is it potentially for a coach to not stall an athlete in college? Because you want people, we were talking about us being older in the sport, obviously, and still learning new things, and that was also driven by a set of coaches that was able to take us there, essentially. I think people get it confused sometimes with like, oh, they're into college, now they're going to kind of plateau, and you'd be surprised with the amount of people that learn new things in college.
Yeah, I think that also got a couple things, like, it used to be that gymnasts would like peak at 16, for the Olympics, and then college would be a step down.
What a stereotype.
And now even, at the elite level, we're seeing gymnasts in their 20s and 30s still excelling and still learning new skills.
Boginskaya is literally the best, like, example. This woman is, 48?
She's still go.
Yes. Like, she's near her 50s, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, ma'am, I want the food you're eating because I don't know how you got there. Oh my gosh.
So that then translates to college, like you can still learn new things even if we're older per se.
Yeah, like it's crazy what we consider older in gymnastics, an 18-year-old or like a 21-year-old girl. No, you're not old. Hear it from us. You're not old. It's never too late for you to learn new things, and we're cheering for you. Promise.
For this most recent Olympics, I think it was the first Olympics where the mean age of the competitor was in the 20s. Like the average was 21.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That makes my heart so happy. Because you also get athletes that, and I'm so sorry that we went on this tangent, and you guys, this is important. But all to circle back, like coming from Excel, Delaney, getting this far into the sport, exhibitioning, being on lineups, like having the time of her life in college, if anything, that tells you that it's like, just don't give up on it. Keep trying in your own way. Keep training, listen to your body, and you'll get there. You'll get rewarded for it. It'll pay off, I promise.
I love how many exhibitions Springfield has on bars. It goes to show their depth, especially bars was historically a bit of an issue event. So, and having a harder time finding sticks for lineup. So just that they have 2 or 3 extra people to test out. The routines aren't perfect yet, but they're getting out there, they're getting competition experience, they're getting feedback from the judges. All those things are super important. And they'll set up the team moving forward too, especially since a lot of these exhibitioners are first and second years. The team is going to keep growing. They might find themselves in lineup next year. So this is really
this is good exposure.
investment.
Yeah, especially senior night. You like your seniors are also evaluating like how to move forward in this season to cater towards their underclassmen. And kind of teach them the way of like, okay, this is how you recover from this many mistakes moving forward. This is what you'd want to do. This, that, and the other. Like it's just I guess more of a mentorship kind of situation for these girls. And so, yeah, it's very, very exciting. Let me see if I can refresh the website here, and it's going to tell me where we're at thus far. We're Springfield. So the last score that actually counted was an 8.65. So this, again, it's a 43.9, which I'm hoping that this is probably the lowest they'll go in the entire competition.
Yeah.
Springfield has good beam workers, and I am hoping that they're able to kind of shake this off and move on to the next event, knowing that they can do well, and kind of like build a recovery path for themselves here.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to want a nice reset, a team huddle, some energy back up, because sometimes if you have a couple falls in a row, you can kind of feel the energy in the team. You gotta team huddle, get that energy up, and be ready to lock in for the next event. Shake it off, move forward.
Yeah. So I believe this is the last athlete we're going to see here for Springfield.
I don't think I've seen her yet this year, so I'm very curious. They seem to have a lot of single bar releases, which is so impressive. Lots of gangers. Gangers seem like the skill to. Oh wait, no, this might be a Jaeger.
This Ginger used to be my release.
Ginger?
I worked so hard to make that thing like nasty looking. But I think I exhibitioned once at Texas Women's and never did again. I was like, I'm good. The pressure was even worse than like beam. It was like I was literally shaking. My grips were like, I was like sweating. I was like, oh my god, this is how I die. This is awful.
Okay, let's go. Big blind, big kick over.
So what happens, I guess, when you have a routine where you miss the entry, kind of, not, because this is not the mount, this is the entrance to your routine. Do you move on to the rest of your routine, or do you try one more time and on the 30 you just salute?
See, this is an exhibition, so she does want to get that experience. But also, if you miss your entry twice in a row, like you're kind of like, okay. So she's doing, I think, what I do, which is hop up and turn her grips around,
Yeah.
and then just cast into the Jaeger. There we go. Oh, a pike one.
Which again,
Oh.
good exposure, but I think she is
Yeah.
a little flustered and frustrated,
Yeah.
which understandably so.
And it changes your timing too. Like if you're used to doing it from the blind and then doing it from a cast, like the amount of speed you have going over the bar may be a little bit different, so the timing might be a little bit different.
Yeah. So I think we're going to see her continue her routine. This is normal. People give, it's not a deduction. I think somebody asked me this before.
Oh, that's nice.
About the coaches like pushing them. That's not a deduction. That's allowed. So
Ooh, okay, that was smart. Honestly, I think this routine has a lot of potential. The pack, gorgeous straight
very
legs,
pretty.
a little pulled in, pretty Jaeger as well. You know, just gotta, I'd say, more of like handstands and shape on the bar, which could also be attributed to like nerves a little bit. You know,
It's just the pressure of this. Like you're the very last one. You've gone through like an entire lineup of
get a little cold.
mistakes and like the judges' conferences and all that stuff. So to wrap it up, you guys, Springfield sitting at a 91.45, followed by Rhode Island with a 95.6, and then topping it off is Brown with a 97.1. They had a stellar beam rotation.
Very close to that 49 mark. That's where
Yeah.
for those D1, those top D1 teams hang out.
Yeah.
Around 49s.
Yeah. Very, very good display of control and recovery. They did have mistakes in the middle. So I'm just, I guess, happy that they were able to kind of grab themselves and move on. For Springfield, I guess we've already like harped on this. I'm just looking for them to kind of regroup and reset and move on to the next event. Beam is always like a testing ground once you're coming from this many mistakes. And that can be also said for Rhode Island. Rhode Island had a lot of mistakes in their first rotation and then went out to the floor and had a party. So it's not an out of touch thought to want them to also like have fun on beam and just like kind of like shake it off and move on. So with that being said, like I was just saying, Springfield is gonna go out into the beam for the third rotation. Brown is gonna go into floor, and then vault awaits Rhode Island on the third rotation. Do you have any thoughts before we go into a little break?
Yeah, Rhode Island is now going to the two a bit lower scoring events, maybe. Very different events, vault like a power event, and then bars kind of hard to get. The two events, I'd say bars and vault are the two events that are hard to start out of a 10. So that's why they're a bit interesting and lower scoring. But I'm really excited to see what they're going to bring. And then just let's take a moment to appreciate Brown's beam rotation. Starting off with a bunch of 985s, counting a 48.875, counting a 9.575. I mean, they're right there to be getting a 49 in that event. They were gorgeous. And then
Very good work.
Springfield regroup. It's not too much damage. We're still, counting 8.5s-ish and above with a 9.2 in there. So reset, regroup. This beam team broke the record a couple weeks ago, so they can do it. They can get them back on track. I absolutely believe it.
They have what it takes to close that gap, and at least put them in a spot where it doesn't feel like at the end of the meet, they were too far behind. Realistically, like, you don't want to leave your senior night feeling like, man, this is it. No, like, I'm really hoping that the seniors, like, show off for the rest of the class and just kind of, like, put motivation forward. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, all right. That is rotation 2 for everybody. We're going to see you in a couple minutes when we start rotation 3.
This completes the second rotation. Gymnasts, please start rotating to your third event. Your 2-minute transition period starts now. Begin your touch when the clock reaches 4 minutes.
All right, everybody. I believe it's time to just roll into rotation 3. Bit of a hard time here. What are we looking for? What are we looking forward? You know, we're gonna see some athletes on the floor. We're gonna see Springfield try to reclaim their strength, and then Brown, I'm excited to see what they do next.
Oh yes, I am excited to see a brown floor party. I'm very curious to see what vaults Rick pulls up, to see what entries they go for. Are they mostly doing Sus, Yurchenkos, or do we have any front vaults as well? And then, yeah, Springfield, I really want to see them shake it off and nail a good beam rotation.
Yeah.
There it is.
This is where things, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, I think rotations is where things get dicey. That's when things get decided. You know, this is the halfway mark for everybody, obviously, but this is where things either go south for some teams or just like the whole pace changes. I think this is where the most tension lives too. I think the teams are in a good spot, whether you're at the top or at the bottom, you get like hungrier for more. And so I think that translates for everybody across the board.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes in rotation 2, the energy can drop, and it's up to rotation 3 to really be like, okay, like we need the energy back, we need our bubble back. And then especially if you're, going to floor next, you want to be amped. You want to be amped for floor.
Right.
Like there's just no way around it. Like floor just needs to be a party.
Yeah. I think every event at this point needs to be a party. I think everybody needs to just kind of put those like narrow vision goggles on and just focus on your energy, focus on what's going on for your team, and kind of drive with that. So we should be seeing the first few athletes go up here in about a minute or so. A lot of big things happening on Sunday today, you guys.
It's a Sunday.
Sunday of a lifetime.
It's a lot of fun. We've got gymnastics. We've got the Olympics. There's, if anyone watches figure skating, there's the team event final today. I feel like I don't really watch a lot of figure skating, and I was watching it yesterday, and I'm like, is this how it feels like for people who don't know a lot about gymnastics to watch gymnastics? Because I had no idea, like, what the scores meant, what was going on. I was like, is this what it's like to watch gymnastics? Oh, nice vault up there from Smith.
I think yes, and if anything, it makes you want to learn new things, which is the hope for people watching gymnastics also. Is for it to be engaging enough that people are like, oh man, I wanna tune in next time also. So, but no, the Olympics are going on, and I feel like everything is buzzing today. Everywhere we look, something new is happening.
That is a good way to describe it.
All right, so Brown putting up their first athlete over here. Miss McRoy up first for Brown.
Okay, and then we've got Reagan over there, Charlton on the beam, starting us off. She's got quite the wrap situation going on, but that's not stopping her. I think I saw on social media it might be a slightly pulled hammy, perhaps?
Yeah, I can attest to that wrap. That wrap makes your leg function.
Nice combination. I think you're kind of the back step out, front toss combinations are so clever if you can figure out how to switch your legs and your back step out.
Yeah.
But that was the same combination that their assistant coach Mackenzie did. Got her 9-8 on beam. Maybe even for
beautiful.
senior night.
I think all the combinations that come out of a front toss are very intricate and unique. She finished out that routine very, very well. Again, the start to the rotation that we're looking for.
Stay on the beam. That's the most important. Get it rolling.
Yep. You need to set that into motion, and I think the same way that sticky feet is contagious, staying on the event is also contagious. Like you want to replicate that for the rest of the lineup. We also did see a really good floor routine over there for Brown. I'm hoping that we can see more movement over there on the vault. That should have been an event that already is kind of like halfway done, really, but we'll see. These judges, man, the past few meets, these judges have been having the quarrels of a lifetime.
Yeah, I believe that there's new rules in the NCAA where if you're further than like 2/10 apart, you need to discuss and figure it out, which is nice because it ensures more judging consistency. But you know, you win some, you lose some. Then for the viewer, it's like let's get
See,
this going.
at least for this particular show that we are a part of, no commercials, so you get to hang out with us. It's okay. We're not losing money here.
Yeah, and if you're watching on ESPN, judges get in trouble if they take too long because they gotta keep moving. That must be so stressful. And a very nice position over there in the air for the Yurchenko lay. Big step on the landing, but good amplitude. I like this for start. It's fun music. It's getting me pumped.
I feel like the few floor routines, there's been a few floor routines that I've like, it's been like hype mode.
I really like this one. She's really like finishing all her movements. You know, like every single movement has a purpose. Oh, that's such a hard leap.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that you're supposed to like how you judge that is you're supposed to almost see your foot, otherwise it doesn't count.
At least in elite, hey, mister, the rule is they look at your back heel, and your heel needs to be higher than your shoulders for it to count.
Very, very interesting. Springfield remaining on the event, you guys.
Rhea got it, started them off nicely with a 9.65.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, she looked really nice on the beam. Just had that little dismount error, and same goes for Lishimus though, is just on the beam. Very solid, just stepped a little bit sideways out of that dismount, but it is a sideways flip and dismount, so it does make sense that it might take you a little
These
sideways.
gainers are just, it's like, it's a testing ground for the gainers, I think, because you could either, you're trying to absolutely go sideways, but there's every possibility that you also land on top of the beam. So that gamble is not for the weak, you guys. So I will say Springfield did start off the rotation with a 9.65. Already like an entire point above to where they started off on bars. So very, very good routine. We'll see how this unfolds the rest of the rotation, but thus far so good.
Absolutely. The gainers off, especially the front gainers off the beam, kind of remind me, like they give the same vibe as like a men's dismount off the P-bars.
Yes. I don't think I've ever heard that comparison before. That actually was funny. Oh, yes, because I'm like, how do you get your body to like...
Go sideways, but then also not sideways.
But not on top of the P-bar. Like,
And you can't like hit the P-bars or the beam, with your foot. Oh, that was a nice vault.
A little bit of a step there, but really, really good extension in the air.
It was a controlled step. It wasn't like a bounce step. It was just like, ooh.
I love to see, and this is going to sound very funny, but I like to see whenever coaches are jacked. Like, the muscles are like, yes. Like, you're just not standing in the corner here. You're really putting in the work there.
You're lifting the mats. You're doing the things. Which, you kind of have to do at these, like, D3 teams that don't have, like, as much, finances as perhaps the big teams that can, like, afford to bring their own entire pit crew of managers with them. You've got 3 coaches in the team, and you gotta get it all done. Oh, that was so nice. I spy with my little eyes another really good Virtius. That was crazy. Did you just see that skill?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a feet together side aerial, right?
Ooh, and a stick. Oh, they are so excited for that one.
I will clap for them. It's okay. Don't care if I'm biased. I believe she had the potential to score a 9.5. She did have a little bit of a balance check there, but her dismount was stuck. Her leap series was good. Conservative a little bit, yes, but not...
Wow! Sorry.
Yeah, not moving out of place, and that was an insane vault.
That was... Wow. A 995 star value. That's huge.
And she landed, right over her hips, too. It was, pinned onto the mat.
That should go... 975. And in that range, that's going to be huge for them. On vault?
Yes. Let's see what the website tells me. Because so far, it's 9325, 9325, 93, 935. So Pompeii is looking for that 9.5 and above. Sorry, guys. This is moving fast. For the floor, we have a pair of 9.6s. So 9.65 for McRoy, and then Fallon scored a 9.675. So I think they're really picking at their leaps here. I don't think their passes are bad. I don't think they're out of control, and the lunges have been in the right direction. I think their leaps have to be a little bit more aggressive, and maybe, just maybe, that would be the differences between a 9.6 and a 9.8.
Yeah, I love that switch half with the ring, but you're turning, and then also you're losing sight of the ground. So it's so hard to kind of not know exactly where you are, and you saw kind of bounced off of that. I tried that leap once and landed on my side, out, bounced somewhere. It was quite comical. So
that is, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. But okay, 2 updates that are huge. Ms. Pompeii delivered with a 9.675 over there for RIC, and then we have a 9.825 on the floor.
There we go.
For Miss Whiteside.
There we go. I'm seeing lots of double backs going right from a round off.
I was gonna tell you that before. I think when Rhode Island was on floor, there was a athlete that also did a double pike or double tuck out of a round off. And I was gonna mention it. It's been more common because I've even seen D1 athletes go for that round off connection.
Yeah, I didn't back handspring either, but that's because my shoulders couldn't stretch that far back. And, maybe... Sorry, I'm watching this beam because she had to repeat the aerial skill, and she nailed it second time. Sometimes it gets into your head. You're like, oh no, I need to repeat this, and I need to get my connection. Did not phase her. Just restarted and nailed it. But yeah, you would think that doing it out of just a round off would be harder because you're losing all the power from the back handspring that you don't get from the back handspring. But if you have a good round off, it's just harder from the round off, I think, to get your hands over your head on time.
Yes.
Because of the. But if you could do it,
be my
you don't have
guest.
to do it back. Yeah, very impressive.
And it's Walters over there for beam. I will say that's a 9-5 routine right there.
That was a nice routine. Even with that, she stuck the dismount, and even though she had to repeat the connection, I feel like the way she like finessed her quote unquote like mistake, like you couldn't tell. Like it was just, it was part of the choreography.
Yeah, it's just an extra skill. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And it didn't have any real like big deductions. Like she didn't like touch the beam.
Yeah, no, she just lifted the leg and then brought it back down and then did a little choreo and then repeated it, and it was great.
And then her leaps were great, not conservative whatsoever, well over the 180 line, and then to a stuck dismount. I don't know how you argue a 9-4 for that. I just get really confused with the judges. Like, can you imagine? They're gonna piss me off if they. Oh my god.
Okay, let's do this. I'm really liking Brown's choreography on floor.
Me too.
I wonder who does the routines, because sometimes it's the head coach. Sometimes even some of the girls will do it. Oh, this is fun.
I did my my super senior year. I choreographed. Choreographed. Yes, this new word, Urban Dictionary, you guys. Choreographed like half of my floor routine. I remember like going into it already knowing what I wanted for the first maybe 35 seconds.
Oh yeah, this is fun.
I like it when everybody else is dancing too. On your feet. There you go. I feel like that was everything I could have ever thought about whenever I was doing floor. On your feet, please, for the love of God.
On your feet. Yeah, she had that nice combination pass to start. Oh, a little Gojin. A little Gojin action.
It's a good floor routine.
That was nice.
All right.
Okay, we've
single
got...
view for the hosts, you guys.
Ooh, that was
pretty.
That was cool. That was a cool leap pass. Another one of their many first years now up on the beam.
Hey,
unfortunate. Okay. So shake it off.
Just gotta
aerials are sneaky like that.
They are. I feel like people talk about full turns being sneaky, but aerials are like one of those things that you're seeing the beam 24/7, and the second you look away from the beam, you're off the beam. You're done.
You push a little bit. It's the back leg. It's the kick with the back leg over. If you accidentally kick it a little too far, like not in line with the beam, but then also at the same time you're twisting. So what do you mean you have to kick it completely straight? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And they can just, you forget for a second. It just goes a little wonky and you're so far off. It's like,
Yeah. So this might have been Ginger. That might be the score they would want to drop, obviously, considering they have only one more left.
Ooh.
They have, Ayakawa is the anchor for Springfield.
And she's a senior. She's a transfer from Rutgers. She transferred last year. Yeah, I mean, Rutgers had a bit of a coaching thing. A little coaching drama last year.
It seems to be the theme throughout D1 recently.
You know, I think it's just, the athletes now speaking out and not, taking situations that otherwise in the past they would just be quiet about. And I think it's great, got a little refresh. And hopefully on to bigger and better and healthier environments.
Door with a 9.875. You guys, that must have been a 9.9 on one judge, 9.85 on the other. Like, jeez Louise.
You got a little wolf turn action there on the floor, and a controlled wolf turn too.
Those are really pretty. The controlled ones, the ones where the arms are doing God knows what. Please don't talk to me with that.
Oh, she knows that was good. No.
This is a 9.9 routine. We know this. Come on.
That last step out of her 1.5 lay was so deliberate.
So pretty.
A little bit of a reminiscence of that old college stick vibe, that I missed.
Oh my God, yes. I was literally telling somebody in the last, I think it's either the second to last or one of the streams I did before. This arch to your salute needs to come back. I don't know when did it get lost? Why is it not here anymore? I miss it, and she did it, and I want it back every day.
It's because they put the rule that you need to hold your finish position for 2 seconds. But then after you hold it, all the excitement of that hit routine, in the 2 seconds, I don't want to arch and touch my head to my butt now. Yes. I think we should decide on an in-between, agreement where instead of holding the end position with your hands up for 2 seconds, you have to hold the stick position for 2 seconds, because that makes way more sense anyways.
And then you can do it for specific events. Like bars or beam or even vault. Hello? But in the middle of your freaking floor routine, you can't be 1, 2, Mississippi, Puerto Rico. All right, I can move now. No. Keep moving. What are you talking about? Good Lord. Sorry, guys. This is Virtius gave me a mic, and this is now y'all's problem. So.
I'm very curious what that routine is going to score.
We're going to see
9.775.
What?
Oh, I know. I didn't see. Maybe if the judges are hammering leaps, I think what was it? Was she the one who did the Gojin? Did Lindsay do the Gojin? Yeah. I'm personally, after the Olympics, a Gojin hater. So I don't think anyone should be doing Gojin. It's a band skill. It's going on the band skill list. But honestly, she got it around. It's just so hard to control. Yeah. So they might have gotten her for that. And then maybe a little amplitude in the front lay out of the 1.5. But I don't know. Where's Brown at? They're at 0.25 from a 146, which means that they should be on track, if I'm calculating it correctly, for a 195. I think if they go 49 on vault, which is tough. 49 on vault is tough.
I mean, they would have to stick at least 3.
Yeah, well, 49 I think is counting all 9.8s, which is tough on vault.
Mm-hmm.
They're really tough on the
vault. Especially if you're going from 9.9s, if you don't have 10 on vaults, that's almost not guaranteed.
Gorgeous sleeves. She has such pretty lines on the beam. Oh, that was pretty.
Because her lines are exceptional, and it's just, I think she was a little crooked on her back tuck and then ended up not on the beam.
Oh, did she fall? Did this routine have a fall?
Yes.
Or did she make it? Oh.
Yeah, she did have a fall.
Oh, but that was so good. Honestly, I think that was so clean, that might even score above a 9 with a fall.
Yes. No, I fully agree. And even Ginter scored a 9.075. Not an 8. It was a 9. So if anything, if this lands a 9.2, we're on game.
Okay, that's pretty solid. Yeah, and that's because both of them just had such beautiful leaps. You really don't have any built-in deductions to take.
Right. So I believe this is the end of rotation 3, you guys, and I'm gonna just briefly take us through kind of what's all going on. I might have spoken a little too quick. We have 2 exhibitions for beam.
Okay. Sometimes at these senior meets, they'll put in a senior exhibition that usually doesn't do the event at all, just for funsies. Just because, you know, why not? Especially, or depending on how packed the meet is. You know, sometimes I think one of the seniors did like a dance through on floor because we were ending on floor, and you know they had a routine. Yeah,
see,
I know.
That is amazing. I feel like those are really heartwarming moments. Like you're gonna want to get or give all your seniors like visibility, considering like if this is not, they're not in the roster or even in the lineup options. That is a very sweet thing to do.
I believe this is Julia Rear exhibiting right now on the beam. She's been in and out of lineup, and she is a quite reliable competitor. Holds the Springfield floor record as well.
Wow.
Also very, very hardworking in the gym, and she'll definitely be a presence missed coming off of this season. This whole senior class, I think all of them are competing on at least one event. They're all contributing very high scores. It'll definitely be missed in the coming years.
Yeah, so is she a sophomore?
She's a senior. Julia.
Oh yes, I'm so sorry.
Oh wait. Yeah. Julia is a senior. Scarlett's a senior. Claire, Stacy, and Brianna, I believe they have 5 seniors graduating.
Oh, that's pretty. I love when people do that.
Oh, that was fun. Oh, Rudy from a step.
That looks
I
like
don't even know how
hard
you'd go
dismount.
about it. Yeah. It's like, when do you start twisting? Like,
It's like you have no kick to it.
Interesting.
See, these are the moments, you guys, where me as a former gymnast and Sarah also as a former gymnast, we scratch our brains. Like, how did you do that again? Let's pull it back.
Yeah. And it's a D, as it should be.
Well, yeah.
No one does it.
That's insane. I'm currently tracking social media. People are wild, bro. Some people need to go touch grass.
Yeah. Twitter's the worst offender.
Oh.
Terrible. Well, yeah. Like, you're funny, but that's so mean.
But that's enough. Come on.
We're not like it's thinking it is a different thing, and then sending it out into the world, and is just unhinged
it's
behavior.
Just imagine if we imagine how horrible it would be for us to say something bad about anyone in this floor today. Like, why would you feel comfortable writing anything mean about anyone? It's like, good God. But anyhow, that was my little side rant. That has nothing to do with gymnastics, but this is the last exhibition here for Springfield, and we should be heading on to final rotation.
I want to see this Leo. This is a new Leo for them. They got it this year.
This is really pretty.
Yeah, I like the pride in the back.
I like how it has like a little mesh over the X. So for athletes that need, to wear sports bra or anything like that, that they're able to do so without it like peeking out.
I was just having this discussion with someone. How do you feel about? Oh, she jumped down. She's smiling. I think she's a senior
okay.
too.
They're just having fun.
Yeah, they're having fun. It's they put up a good beam score, ready to have a floor party. So how do you feel about open back Leos?
I personally loved them.
I
felt
an open back.
I felt very like, ooh, I can show off my tattoo and nobody can say anything.
She's giggling. She's having a good time.
But I really do like it. I don't like certain designs where it's like too much. And there's designs that you like. This leotard right here is very smart for you to have a mesh under the X, because you are also giving the top part of your chest more support by tying it on the back. That X, I'm assuming, has no support. So if there weren't any mesh under that, then it would be fully like very loosey-goosey at the very top of the leotard. So in that sense, I think this is a very smart design. But there have been definitely like leotards that we have had in the past that I was like, oh wow, this feels amazing. I love this. It's like, I was a very sweaty athlete, so it just gave me more like room to breathe, I guess.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? It feels like you're not a fan.
Oh, honestly, I've we had the 3 like very normal cut Leos at Springfield, and then other than that, all my Leos were elite Leos, and you can't have open back for elite, So I don't think I've ever worn like a full open back Leo. So I have nowhere to pull my opinion from.
Yeah, I think for elite, we never had like truly open back ones, like you said, but we did had a lower cut one that went kind of far down, but not far enough for it to be like considered an open back. I guess we were just pushing the limits on that one.
Yeah.
But I think those are very pretty. Very pretty.
Yeah.
I really love when it's like open back and then the front is like super heavy on the glitter. It's like, whoa.
There are some open back ones that are so open that I'm like, I feel like, and I'm a very wide back, so I feel like I'd just be like, where do I put all my shoulders?
Oh my god, you're cracking me up.
No, but this Leo is very pretty, and it's new for them this year. I love an ombre. I love an ombre.
Yes, I was gonna say the ombre on the arms is really pretty. And like how it like creeps up over here, over the chest. So here we go. Rotation 3, you guys. We have obviously the leader with a 145.975, and their individual score was for the event was 48.875, which we discussed is very, very high. RIC with a 142.925, ending their event with a 47.325, and then good score. I mean, higher than higher than Rhode Island in this particular event with a 47.35 for Springfield. Springfield did exactly what I needed them to do in my own brain. Obviously, I wanted them to reset, regroup, redo, and they did that. So I'm very, very happy for them. Even though they did have some mistakes towards the end, still, all hands up. And like I was wanting, the anchor did score over a 9, so that sets us good for floor. What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm seeing 9.875 from Brown here on the floor. They're also close to that 49. So if they can score another score like that on the vault, they might be approaching their season high, which is so exciting for them. Rick has a fun balance of vaults in the 9.3s and then boom, vaults in the 9.65 and above. So we saw again some of those like clean, reliable vaults to start off, and then all from nowhere they were like, boom, full.
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 And it was like, and then not just a full. It was like over the hips, right, like sticking to a pin kind of thing. Vault, like pretty lines on the air. It was just like, chef's kiss. Loved it.
I kind of wish I could see like event leaders to, know where to place these scores. Because I feel like a 9.675 on vault might be leading right now, a 9.875 on floor, but Springfield's going to floor, and they've got some high tumblers, and
Exactly.
there's nothing like a Blake floor party to end us off.
Especially with the arena being this packed, I feel like it's going to be an insane party. So, anyhow. Oh,
there
we
you
do
go.
have
Let's
a
get-
leader score. Here we go.
They've heard us. Okay, so
You were right.
I am very curious to see what vaults Brown brings, because vault is so hard. Vault is so hard for teams across the board. Like even, the top teams in the country, if you're not fielding, a team of 6-10-0 starts, which is so hard to get, it immediately just bumps your scoring potential down. So I'm very curious where Brown is with their vault selection and what we'll see there.
I'm wondering if it's a mix of 9.9s and they can stay above the 9.7 line. If they can teeter around the 9.7 line, I think they will take that season high tonight.
And that would be so exciting, especially for Dante.
Living the dream.
Going back home, showing off, showing his team how well he. I wonder what event he coaches, but showing his old team. Yeah.
That is awesome. I do want to say something right here. Like the first 5 athletes well over the 9.5 line is impressive, considering these vaults don't start from a 9.9 line. So like, it's just like bewildering to me, and I'm like you, excited to see what comes next. We're gonna again pause for a little bit whilst rotation 4 begins. We're gonna have a little bit of a warm-up period, so this would be the perfect time to grab a snack, refill your water, go to the restroom, and come back, because we got one more rotation to go.
Okay. See you soon.
That concludes the warm-up. Judges, please take over your event for the final rotation.
right, so rotation for final 6 athletes and their exhibitions going up on each event, you guys, to close out this senior night for Springfield. That has been an eventful competition, starting with RIC over there on the bars with a fully completed and stuck landing worth of a bar routine. It's anyone's game at this point. Like,
it is. I mean, floor, we've got some high scoring routines, and then bars is a little bit always of a mystery, so it could go in any direction. And then ball just needs to, I mean, if Brown just lands on their feet, like, they're chilling, but they're going for a bit of a different goal. I think they're going for that season high. They started off very safely with the Yurchenko layout. So let's see if they're going to stick with those vaults, or if we're going to see anything with a bit of a higher score start value as we go deeper into the lineup.
right. This, oh!
Nice.
I love this.
Can you do that? I can't do that. Can you
No.
go through? I feel like I would lose both ACLs.
I would get. Forget about the ACLs. The concussion I'm about to get
Oh.
is wild.
That's true.
Cause
I never. Yeah.
No, that's insane. My sister could do that. My sister used
Yeah.
to go out the gym all the time. She's like, and I was like, how do you?
Like even butt bounces, when they have like butt bounce up to your feet in the routine, I'm like, how does that not like hurt
My
you?
sacrum is screaming whenever I hear or see people do that. I'm like, no, you're a better woman than I am, because there's no way.
No, that is a trampoline activity. A trampoline only.
For babies. So.
Okay, so starting off with a 9.55, in the grand scheme of things on ball, you'd be like, wow, that's a great score, and it is. But if we're aiming for a 195 right now, ooh, there you go, 9.9 start, tuck your Chenko full, starting to build up a little. I'm rooting for Brown to get that season high. I'm
Me
just so
too.
excited.
Honestly, everybody in this, and I will say that this goes for every team that we see today. Like, every team should be happy to score above their average tonight. I think if they can match their high individually, that's a win for everybody, regardless of who ends up like taking the winning spot.
Yeah.
Every team should always strive for, you know, breaking your own records, and I think all 3 teams have proven in fact that they can do it, and I'm just excited for them because this has been a very, very good meet.
Sounds strong on bars with a 9.4. Man, the gangers today, there's something in the water with these gangers.
Absolutely.
They are not working for, you know, sometimes that's why it's good to not watch other people compete, because if you see someone fall, like 3 people fall on the same skill
There you
you
go,
do, it'll get into your head.
Yep. No, trust me. That's why, like, injuries or falls or mistakes, and we would never look.
Ooh, I'm going into that 9.5. That's right.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, I'm just like so invested right now. And now it's like even harder to decide where to look than it was in the first rotation.
Yes. Oh,
beautiful.
nice. Okay, so question. Whenever you are doing a Yurchenko full and you do that tucked, is it the same value for a layout or no?
I laughed because I thought you were asking when I do Yurchenko tuck. I do not Yurchenko anything. But it's not the same. A tuck is a 9.9 start value and a layout is a 9.95 start value.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes all the sense.
But a Yurchenko tuck 1.5 is a 10 just like the layout 1.5.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I love this floor music, by the way. She is having the time of her life. She took a little bit of a step in the wrong direction. That will be a deduction. However, good routine.
Shout out to Kelsey there on the bars. pointing out that one of the gymnasts is standing in front of the camera. Thanks for that.
We have seen that. We have seen that throughout the day. I feel like it's been super funny to see the athletes kind of like realize that they're standing in front of the camera and like, oop, I'm sorry.
Do you comment on something else, or do I lock into this vault right now? I'm gonna lock into this vault. Ooh, 975. Wow! Oh,
Get
they
right here
are.
with that.
They are excited about that. That
Very,
was
very
drilled.
Insane. Wow. Man, that is what you want to see right there.
It's not 985. Well, they give it a 985. Vault scoring has been a little bit,
It's so dicey.
yeah, across the country. Sometimes, like, a vault like that will go 9.9, and other times it'll go, like, 9.75. What mood are the judges in today? I don't know.
Let's see what's in the menu for these girls. Oh my god. If she scores a 9.8, I'd be happy. It's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe she had some leg separation that we aren't able to see, and that's a justified, deduction. But if it's a deduction like a 9.75, I'm sorry, you're out of your mind.
The only thing I saw from this angle was a little bit of a hip bend coming in. You want to stay flared to the very end instead of tucking down. So that could be up. There we go. 925. One judge at 985. Amazing. Okay.
We liked to see that. Good job. Thus far, they're looking to drop that 955.
Another gorgeous shot. They're on that big distance. They'll hop on the landing, but that'll be good for them. I like how Sage bounced right out of her leap series. She was a little off center, but made it work with the choreography, bounced right to her knees. Could fool the judges. Yeah, and a little bit of choreography.
Do you think it applies a little bit of pressure whenever the girls are standing over the judges? It's like this. Like maybe give them what they want.
Stare them down, or like say a little too loudly, wow.
Give me that yellow card energy, please. Oh, we need that yellow card energy more often.
Right.
It's kind of wild how like some sports get really animated and then you don't see gymnastics get too animated, and I'm like, no, you should get animated. You're working so hard for this. You should get like scored appropriately. Oh.
Should get scored appropriately and consistently.
Yes. It's a 9.775 over there for the war. Very good. Oh, shout out to the cam.
Oh wait, 9.77. Okay. So she got 5 times or half a 10, not 5 times. Half a 10 lower than the stuck vault.
Yes.
So that's that one. So a little hop in there.
Yeah, she had almost a full 10. Oh my god, this is going back so fast. I'm like,
No, I feel like I'm like watching now vault and floor, and I'm forgetting to watch bars, but I really want to watch bars.
but realistically, according to the scores, only one athlete has gone up.
On bars, oh yeah, because we had that miss, so they're probably conferencing.
Yeah.
For, like,
And that was a
other-
9.45.
That's a good start, though.
Then like I think they're debating on QN's.
Yeah, with the Ginger.
Yeah, and then then Smith is up.
Okay.
So we're technically on the third one, but we only have one score.
Okay. So who is next on the phone?
Springfield is looking mighty consistent right now with a pair of 9.4s, 9.45 and 9.475. So they just need to remain inside of the lines. That's all. That's all they gotta do.
Yeah, and then finish off with a strong Vera Julia, the record holder. She has a
Beautiful pass.
between. We're seeing a lot of those front tuck to double back combos this year. It's quite a popular combo. So let's see. Oh, wow! That was a shaposh. That was out of free hip. That makes it so much harder on bars.
It's a little bit short on her handstands, a little conservative there. Really good routine thus far.
And you know how they devalued the Maloney to pack?
What?
Well, to do it, they devalued the bonus, so you get a little bit less bonus. But if you do the toe hand in front of it, you still get the bonus. But they didn't devalue the bonus for the shaposh. So if you do it out of a free hip, you still get like 5/10 for the whole combo. And she did it out of the free hip.
I think I tried doing with I forget his name. The one that's like it's a Takachev out of a free hip.
Oh yeah. I think that's a Hindorf or
It's a Hindorf?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, there's like a billion names depending on the entry, and then also the position your legs are in.
Yes, so I would do it like piked, like
oh, that's a Shang.
Yes. So Barbosu is the only one for Stanford that does it in the entirety of the NCAA. She's so stunning, by the way. Good God, so good.
I trained the Shaposhes out of a free hip, and I once released a bit too early and landed back down on the bar and then flipped off.
See, we were all practicing like free hips wilderness. Like that's like anything out of a free hip. And the amount of like people flying that we saw when we were doing that, crazy. So again, circling back to the athlete we were initially talking about.
It's impressive.
Good job. Very hard.
Because when you do it from a toe on, you kind of can send your legs in the direction that you want. You know, you can use the bar. Free hip, it's just you and staying tight.
It's shoulder.
Traps, if you haven't done free hips in a while and then do one free hip, your traps will turn into solid rocks. Solid.
Yes. Yeah, no, I remember we used to play this game of who can do the most, and I remember doing like 15 free hips without like getting off once, and I was like,
did you see stars? Because free hips will have you. Oh, that was a gorgeous landing. So controlled.
So good. I think those have to be my favorite landings, the ones that are like right over the hips, and it's just like a smooth, like, I am here. Yes, ma'am, you are. Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay, let's see. Just a second passing. I'm guessing a combo pass. Nine. That's Cora again, transfer from Whitewater, with Kale's younger sister. And Kale and Dante were like best friends, or are best friends. Dante, who's the assistant coach at Brown. The gymnastics world is just so small.
Yes, it is. It is insanely small, and the world is already small, and gymnastics is even smaller. Trust me, everybody knows everybody, and somehow, like, if you don't know X person, I'm sure that there's somebody in your circle that does. All right, let's kind of take a little recap here. I'm looking at the scores.
Brown's all done. Brown's all done. Let's address that first. Season high.
That's true. That is true. Brown's all done, and they finished their vault rotation with a 48.575, you guys. Like, yes, we were hoping for that 49, but again, they did not miss. This was probably their lowest score. That's not true. Bars was like 48.225, and then vault was a 48.575, which again, like, incredible. Routines after routines, minimal mistakes here and there. So I think that takes them, well done. Can't do math right now.
And honestly, I think that bar rotation could have even scored higher. I think since they were the first ones going on bars, the judges like to start off a little low,
little bit more,
score themselves in a hole. I think they have a 195 coming for them this season.
Yes, I mean, they are sitting shy of a 195 right now by 5/10. That's 5 people sticking dismounts. That's it. So they're at a 194.550. It doesn't get any better than that. For today, at least.
Yeah, they'll be definitely. I mean, like we said, it's a season high. I think they beat their season high for 3/10. So they should be very happy with themselves.
Thus far, I think they're high in the season. I'm gonna look at this right now. Was a 194.3 even. So they surpassed it by 2.5 tenths. And that, I mean, 2.5 tenths in the grand scheme of things is a lot. So.
Absolutely. So they'll be very happy with that. Kira, with her gorgeous floor, got a 975. So I think that might even be the highest Springfield score of the meet. That's exciting.
Now we had 2 9.7s. We had Rear with a 9.725 and then Donley with a 9.75.
Hey, scores are building. I believe that is Stacy Taylor, if I'm seeing. I follow the team. I know who is who. I still do my job as an alumni to check in and make sure everything's going well. I hope we can switch back to the side view for bars. Once Rick is up. You know that a high release is coming when someone's there ready to push the pit pillow.
See, I think my pit pillow girl hates me, actually. I slipped off on a Jaeger and I broke my nose on her head. Like, I landed like this. Like, head-to-head kind of like collision. And so, I think after that, the pit pillow job is it's massive. Absolutely, they should get paid more than anyone in that team, in the manager section. That should pay for your schooling. That should pay for everything because you're putting your life in danger on purpose. So it's like a flying object. This like 130 pounds worth of a flying object, right at you. Right on the noggin. Like, I was like, good.
Then you're in charge of keeping that person safe from also breaking their nose on the floor.
Exactly.
So you can't even be worried about them flying into you. Like, that is not even something that you're thinking about.
You are a barrier at that point.
And it's all about timing, too. You know? You can't throw it too early because then they're going to hit their... The pit pillow thrower needs to be the same person every time. Because you need to know that person knows what you're doing and when and why. It's really like the whole pit crew for all events. It's like it's its own art. It's its own choreography in itself that you need to practice.
I hate to say this and take away from it, but this was my floor routine. This is giving me like goosebumps to hear this.
To tell you how,
I love when athletes don't shy away from a fast pace.
This is another one of those seniors that will be graduating ground, and we also saw her on the vault. I wonder if they still have the go kart fight here. Go kart fight. They're losing the football there. I think it's
Good save on both bars and floor.
Oh, yes. Nice.
Good job for Kaysen. Right. Where does this take us?
Yeah.
Where does this take us? Are we nearing the end?
Okay, Springfield is currently at a 186.9, which is higher than their average with that, you know, a little bit of a shaky bar rotation. So that showed that they were able to pull it back. They were able to lock back in. Also, really great start on ball. And then, like we said in the beginning, you know, it's just going to be a matter of putting those pieces together. They got a 46 something on bars last meet. They hit their beam high the meet before. Once that all comes together, they're looking at a like close to 190.
Exactly. Like they want to. I think it's not impossible, and it like they have such good routines. All they just need to work on is staying on the event. For the most part, it is about staying on the event. If they would have like probably had only 2 girls fall on bars, this would have like broken also their highest score. But when you have to count that many mistakes, I feel like it makes it even harder because you have to make sure that the rest of the events, there's no more wiggle room for the rest of the events. So in that sense, I'm really, really happy for them, but I'm also like wondering if they are able, if there's something that they can work on to just mitigate being off of the event on bars.
Yeah, and it is occurring at these like huge skills, which is so cool to see the amount of single bar releases that are being shown. So like they should be super proud that I prefer with the skills that they are fielding a lineup of single bar releases. Like that is so cool. That is so impressive. Maybe like some pressure sets, you know, some partner assignments. We both have to make a single bar release to get, you know, the numbers in, some of the nerves out, and we can expect big things, I think, from this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it happens to the best of us too. Like, I can't sit here and say, oh, every meet that I've ever had was perfect, because that's a total lie. But like, realistically, again, huge potential for well over the 190 line.
This is an exhibition on the floor, I believe, from Gardner. And on bars, we saw another Shaposh release from that free hip. That's crazy. That one in lineup is already impressive. Let alone 2. And her backswing was pretty high too, I feel like, with the free hip entry. Yeah, it's so hard to get like height on the backswing, but she did a pretty good job with that as well. And those blind full double back dismount.
Yeah, I want to highlight the fact that Springfield ended their floor rotation with a 48-1.
Nice.
That is amazing. That's what we're talking about, you know, like going from a rotation where you had a 43-9 to a 48-1. That is huge amounts of like depth and work ethic to like kind of put those numbers up. So like what we were saying, all 3 of these teams are well over capable of scoring really, really big, and I'm just hoping that moving forward, that they're able to do that.
Is this an exhibition or is this their...
This is for...
For bars, or is this their...
This is their exhibition, yes.
Exhibition. Oh, that was nice. A crazy combination, down to up to down to up.
In and out with a stop landing.
Yeah, there's definitely a good depth option for them as well. Love the like flying, like turn, fly to low bar, fly to high bar, like, well, can't you do it so fast? The judges don't even have time to take down the deduction. It's like, what happened?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
off
like,
the bar.
wait.
Oh, what?
Oh, she started landing. Guys. All right, I think that closes us out. This is senior night for Springfield. I think everybody did amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Very happy with everyone's routines and work ethic. Everybody had their little mishaps here and there, but I think everybody across the board was able to pull themselves together as a team, remain there in the bubble, and just get the job done. With that, I'm going to take us into the summary of the scores, and then we can get into like individual events, and then we can go from there into the close. All right. So starting off, Springfield on their fourth rotation, scoring, like I said, a 48-1, finishing out with a 186.9, huge score. Then we have RIC with a 46.85, which again, not the desired score after they're like doing very well over the 47 line. That takes them to a 189.775, and then winners of the competition thus far ended their last rotation with a 48.575 on the vault, and then that takes them to 194.55. Sarah.
Yes.
This was wild.
I honestly, first of all, for Rick, a 46.85, when comparing to what they scored on other events is like, well, that feels lower. 46.85 on bars is a great score. I mean, they counted all scores above a 9. They counted a 9.525. They'll be very happy with that. Something I'm a little surprised about is that the 6th competitor did not go up for Brown on vault. On one hand, that shows that they do have a bit more depth. If they were to put her up there, she might have been able to knock out a 9.55, but we don't know what happened there. Maybe they decided that the vault rotation was good and to preserve her ankles if it's like an ankle issue, which is just very smart on their part, to keep the athletes healthy. It's a long season. They're doing this every single weekend for like 12 weeks in a row. It's a long season. So maybe
insane.
They just wanted to protect her. And then the Springfield rounded out with a very fun Blake home party, and we love to see it. And Elsie at the end with the exhibition got a 9.65. That just shows to be in there and line up next week. It just makes the job harder for coaches when you see how many options you have that can score high and still playing around with the lineup since we're early in the season. So very excited and very happy for all 3 teams. I think they did a great job. And I think Rick, that might have been their season high, I think so. I think they beat their season high for about 5/10.
That's again a lot. So let's get into the individual events, winners, and then we can get out of your hair on Super Bowl night. For vault we have the top 3 athletes, all from Brown. The first one ended up with a 9.825, followed by Sophia DeWar with a 9.775, and then Emily Ford with a 9.75. Again, huge scores. Everybody again from Springfield, and Rick, everybody above the 9.5 line.
I believe those start values, we're missing some 5s there on the end.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what you were saying before, because those were like your triangle fulls, but I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's okay. The end score is what matters anyways.
Yeah. And those were really, really good scores. I mean, you put them to the test like that, those are like minimal deductions.
I like the mix of teams we're seeing across the board. Yeah. Good rotation
right.
for everyone.
So for bars, we have, again, the top 3 takers are from Brown. Liza Marcus with a 9.7, followed by Sophia DeWar with a 9.675, and then Lulu with a 9.65. All starting with a 10.0. Really, really good bar routines. I think this was the opener for them. I think that set the tone for the entire meet, and I mean, a pretty high bar standard they set for the rest, everyone that came after them.
Especially with their handstands.
Yeah. The stock landings.
And stuck landings.
All right. For the beam, we have, again, top 3 are also from Brown, circling in the 9.8s, 9.85, 9.85, and then 9.825. I thought they just had really good control, and I think I said this at the beginning of the meet, and you know, it's just impressive to see.
Yeah, this was a very impressive rotation from Brown and Springfield as well. To be able to come back and lock in the way they did, especially, you know, Regan being their highest scorer with a 9.65, having to start them off after bars was a huge job, and she stepped up to the occasion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Springfield did have time of their lives on beam, which is not necessarily super common in gymnastics, so I'm really, really happy for them. And then finally, we have coming up the scores on floor. Again, top 3 contenders: Sophia DeWar, Abby Whiteside, and Lindsay Yang from Brown, with a couple of 9.8s, 9.875, 9.825, and then a 9.775. Really, really good, consistent floor routines, but I was also very, very impressed by Springfield and RIC, but Springfield, I think, kind of blew me away because they were more on the daring side. Also keeping up with those scores in the 9.7s, so 9.75 and 9.725. Really, really, really good performances.
I was personally very impressed by Brown's dance. I don't know if they do it themselves, but it didn't seem like, you know, the music was background music, or they were just going through the movements. Like, they were deliberate in their dance, and I love to see that.
Yeah. So, moving on to the totals here one more time, so we can close this out, and then y'all can experience the senior night kind of occasion. Let's see, whenever.
First, we'd like to acknowledge the
all-around sole all-arounder from Rhode Island, Peyton Green, with a 38.150. Very good work. So again, just to kind of wrap all this up, we have Brown in the first place with a 194.550, RIC with a 189.775, and Springfield with a 186.90. Again, all 3 teams excelling at their personal bests, and so very, very happy for the seniors that showed off for Springfield tonight. Any last words, Sarah, before we close this out?
This has been so much fun. Now the seniors will get their flowers before the award ceremony, and they'll do like walkouts with their parents, and it's just so sweet. And the seniors from the other teams will probably get like a rose as well. I think they do that too.
Yeah, this is a really sweet night for everybody.
Yeah.
So,
and then because I was just gonna say, because they're Division 3, then they need to tear down their own gym.
Oh man.
But maybe I saw on the Instagram that the football team helped out with their setup. So maybe, well, then again, football has football to watch. So yes. I don't think they'll be helping to tear down. But maybe the parents will.
It'll be like a group activity. It's okay.
Yeah, the seniors won't need to because it's senior night. They'll get off the hook.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I will say hi to everybody. Thank you for tuning in with us. Thank you for paying attention to such a big night like football night. So we appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one on my behalf, on Sarah's behalf. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Her career highlights be awarded shortly.
My camera is not, the quality is not that good, so.
Now we will announce the top 3 scores on each event and the winner of today's competition. Here are your individual results on vault. In 3rd place from Brown with a score of 9.75 is Emily Ford. In 2nd place from Brown with a score of 9.775 is Sophia Duar. And today's winner on vault from Brown with a score of 9.825 is Lulu Tom. Here are your individual results on bars. In 3rd place from Brown with a score of 9.65, it's Lulu Tomden. In 2nd place from Brown with a score of 9.675, it's Sophia Duar. And today's winner on bars from Brown with a score of 9.7 is Liza Marcus. Here are your individual results on beam. In 3rd place from Brown with a score of 9.825 is Emily Ford. And tied for today's winner on beam is from Brown with a score of 9.8. It's Abby Whiteside and Lindsay Van Eyck. Here are your individual results on floor. In 3rd place from Brown with a score of 9.775, it's Lindsay Gang. In 2nd place from Brown with a score of 9.825 is Addie Whiteside. And today's winner with a 186.9 is Springfield College. In second place with a 189.775 is RIC. And today's winner with a score of 194.55 is Brown. Thank you for coming